Here we have the first vehicle of our lightweight episode, which is an Ibishu Pigeon with a 600cc engine with a turbo making 200 horsepower, which is just too much for a Pigeon. You accelerate, and the limited slip rear differential turns the car around the front wheel, which is annoying. Basically, if you accelerate too hard, you brake too hard, or you corner too hard, something goes wrong. If you accelerate too hard, the tyres can pop and seriously mess up your vehicle, or it can just spin round, and that's annoying. If you fly over a crest or something, it can pop the tyres. If you brake too hard, the brakes, which I believe are only on the rear of the vehicle, lock up. I didn't notice this when I was driving it for some reason, but I believe the brakes are only on the back. I could be wrong there. And if you corner too hard, naturally it tips over or even rolls, which can sometimes be annoying. But having said that, I did eventually, through persistence, get this vehicle to the end of the track, or run, or whatever you call it, mountain, and I applied the power at the end. The differential turned the car, and it got pretty smashed up, but survived surprisingly unscathed. A car we'll see later. Next up we have the DW Rock Bouncer, which was designed to bounce off rocks, thus it's pretty terrible when you try and drive it, and drive it quickly at that. The suspension's really soft, the tyres are really soft, the drivetrain, being four-wheel drive, is actually pretty good. And the engine's a V8, there's supposed to be a twin turbo and a supercharged version, but I couldn't find those. And it has a gloriously pink roll cage. You can also get it in something like blue and black, I think, but pink's obviously the best colour for this. Now, as I've said, the suspension's soft and the tyres are soft. This means it can be a bit messy round corners. It often rolled over. I mean, more than the Pigeon. The Pigeon would slide onto the front, but this would do full rolls a lot. Or it would smash the wheels off, alternatively, which was also very annoying. The reason I've put this in lightweight is because I believe for a large off-roading vehicle it is quite lightweight, so admittedly it may be kind of cheating, but I still decided it was worth putting in. Now, it took a few tries to get to the end. I didn't even get to the end in one take. I had to teleport it out of a sign that it got stuck in, which I think I can get away with because really it was just the game being crazy and locking my tyre into the sign in what was an otherwise decent one, and I just couldn't be bothered to do it again because it rolled so much. I had the wheels smashed off, as I've said, and it's to a point where it's not really motivating driving it. So yeah, I did get it to the end though after that small predicament, and I believe it coped quite well, other than having two tyres popped both on the same side, oddly enough, which didn't affect handling as near as badly as you might expect. You pop a tyre on the Pigeon, it destroys it. You pop a tyre on this, it makes it handle arguably better. Now, as nice as this car was to drive, I did still find errors. Namely that it's a bit weak if you hit something head on. Probably is to do with the gearbox hanging over the front axle, as we do in front engine, front wheel drive cars like this one, which gets pretty annoying. I did once kill the gearbox on a rock, I think. The engine was still going, but the gearbox wasn't doing anything. Well, that's what I believe went wrong with it. Yeah. It's lovely, but a bit weak. If you smack the car onto the ground a bit hard as well, that'll kill the powertrain, which is annoying, definitely, because I'm not the best driver. I do end up driving up rocks and things, and this car generally renders that kind of stunt more unrecoverable than other such vehicles, like the walk bouncer. You could take it to all kinds of places and it would be harder to kill the car unless you drove the wheel into a sign or something. Yeah. So, getting to the end, I believe, other than a few scrapes on the wall and stuff, I did manage to do a very clean run with this. Only it wasn't clean the moment I crossed the finish line, because it jumped up there, smashed the entire car up, maybe even killed the powertrain, which wouldn't be too surprising. So yeah, pretty much an immaculate one, until I got to the end. Yeah, so a lovely, lovely car to drive, just a bit weaker than I would like. The rally version might be better with its taller suspension, but since I'm not actually going off-road, I decided the race version would be more appropriate, probably quicker. And yeah, that's all I've got for now, so goodbye.